Hi, welcome along to Arsenal Fan TV, and this is the aftermath. Well, it's a draw, 1-1, Arsenal won, West Brom won, and what can I say? Was it 2 points dropped or was it a point gained? In the scheme of things, I think it was a point gained. We weren't at our best yesterday. West Brom played very, very well. They're on a high. They went to Old Trafford, remember, last week and beat Manchester United, and didn't just beat them comprehensively. And yesterday, again, they showed that they're a very good team, some good players like Sessegnon and Anelka and people like that. Definitely no mugs. And West Bromwich Albion, definitely a difficult place to go to. So for Arsenal to go there, not at their best, straight after a Champions League game and a real key Champions League game against Napoli, where they put a lot into that game. Lot of players missing. Went there, and I felt, we did well. We did well. Games like that in previous seasons, we may have lost that game, but we hung in there and we managed to get a point. And we could have had all 3 points. I mean, we had chances towards the end where Giroud had a chance, which was very well saved by Myhill. And of course, there was that penalty incident with Jack Wilshere. Now, listen, I've watched it back, and I'm still convinced that that's a penalty. Yes, Malumbu gets some of the ball, but if you take out the player coming in from behind in the box, I mean, that is a penalty. If that would have been somewhere else on the pitch, it would have been given as a free kick. What worried me, actually, is I was watching Match of the Day last night, and they didn't even show it. I mean, I was like, what's going on? There is a real Arsenal bias on some of these programmes, but forgetting about that for a minute, in my opinion, I felt at the game, and watching it again, I watched it on Sky, I felt that that was a penalty, and definitely West Brom, to me, got away with that one. And the referee, actually, to me, was very poor throughout the game for both sides. For both sides, I felt that, some of his refereeing at times was really below par for what, a referee should be doing. But to me, as I said, a good point. I felt that I wasn't really in agreement with the selection of both Arteta and Flamini. I didn't think we needed both of them in that game. And it's particularly in the first half, the pace of the game that we played at seemed to be very slow. We weren't going forward enough, too much sideways stuff. Didn't like seeing Aaron Ramsey out on the right when he's been doing all this damage from in the middle of the park. And there was no surprise to me that the game completely changed for Arsenal when we brought on Thomas Rosicky. All of a sudden, you had a midfield player running at West Brom. It released Jack as well, Jack Wilshere, and it was a whole different game. And on Jack Wilshere, credit to Jack Wilshere, the first half he was absolutely terrible. But what a load of character he showed. I mean, that is the sort of character that if, say, Gervinho last season, who's a very talented player, if that would have been him in the first half, his head would have dropped and he would have been even worse in the second half. But the character of Jack Wilshere is that even though he knew he had a very poor first half, he was still able to, say in the second half, well, you know what, I'm going to do better. Give me the ball. And he made the difference. He scored a goal, all right, a deflection, but he scored the goal and he was putting in key passes. He nearly put Giroud in for that goal, and hats off to Jack Wilshere. Great character shown. It shows that he's not just a skillful player, but he's also a player with a lot of character and definitely with leader potential. And I love the song from the Arsenal fans where they were singing, "He smokes what he wants. He smokes what he wants." I love that song. And I've got to say as well, West Brom fans yesterday, very loud. Lots of banters between the two fans. Brilliant atmosphere. And I really enjoyed the game. Let's get into some of the tweets. We Are North London says, we didn't have a true left or right winger on the pitch, and we still managed to get a point. Great work by us boys. Thank you. Oh, by the boys, I think he means Arsenal, sorry. Thank you very much. Listen, you make a great point there. We didn't have any natural wingers on the pitch. Of course, Theo Walcott's injured. And it did show at times. I mean, there was a lack of width. I don't know, should we have went with Gnabry. He's been playing well. Last time he was at West Brom, you know, he was terrorising their defence against Swansea as well. I was a bit surprised that he didn't throw Gnabry in for that game, but you know, it just shows that Theo Walcott is an important player in Arsenal's team. He would have been deadly in that game yesterday. His pacing behind it gives defences another thing to worry about with Arsenal. So I'm hoping that Theo Walcott will come back very soon. Andro Atevio says it's good to have a mild wake-up call and keep concentration. That was our first comeback experience of the year and we passed the test. Now, that's a very good point, and it is a wake-up call just to make sure that, you know, not every game's going to go easy. And again, Arsenal dug in and did very well. Mohamed Al-Ansari says the lack of players showed our weakness. We didn't create many goals. We need a world-class centre forward. Now, I don't know. Listen, lack of players showed our weakness. I think the lack of players showed that we've got a very good squad, that we can be missing Santi Cazorla, we can be missing Theo Walcott, Podolski. All of these players would walk into nearly every team in the Premier League, would be vital players for every team in the Premier League, and we're missing those players, and we can still put out a good team against, as I said, an in-form West Brom who beat Manchester United at Old Trafford and still get a point. And I don't know, we've got a good squad. There is a weakness in the centre-forward position that if Giroud is a bit off colour in the game, we haven't really got no one at the moment until Podolski comes back to really come in and replace him. And yes, we do need to look at buying, I think, a centre-forward in January if a world-class one is available, if they're available. But I think we've got a very, very good squad, and it showed yesterday. You know, there's backups in nearly every single position, and I don't know, the squad is good at the moment. Gooner World 76 AFC said, made a losable game into a draw. Games like this, we were losing last season. Good point gained against a team who mugged off Man United. I agree with everything you said there. David, AFC 68 says, fair result, but felt we should have gone with the same team that started against Swansea. We lacked pace in our game. We needed Gnabry. So he's got a shout there for Gnabry. I think maybe we should have went with Gnabry. He would have given us a lot more speed on those wings. But then, hey, then Jack scored the goal play in his position. So you never know. David Oswald says, definitely a lack of creativity on the wings. Same sort of theme again. He said, without Podolski, Theo, Santi Cazorla and Oxlade-Chamberlain. That's another player we're missing, remember, when you say about weak squad. The ref was blind as a bat. I agree with that as well, but happy with the point. And Mohammed Ezra Nazrain says, not the best performances, but kudos to the boys for grinding out a point against a tricky West Brom side. And last one here, Prayash says, the team, despite being tired, displayed a solid performance against an in-form West Brom, a solid away point gained. And I think that's the theme from everybody there and everybody that we spoke to after the game, that fans were in general happy that we didn't lose the game. We got a point. We're still top of the league. Tottenham got smashed at home. The great Tottenham with the great £100 million worth of signings got smashed at home by West Ham. And we're still top of the league. It's only on goals scored, but we're still top of the league. We're still in there, and that's what you've got to do. It's a long season. We just got to keep hanging in there and just, you know, even when we're not at our best, don't lose the game. So well done to the boys. Got to say, look out for the videos from yesterday. We had some great videos yesterday. Some of the fans after the game were very, very unhappy with the referee. That's why I love talking to fans straight after the game. You get the raw emotion. You get fans that, you know, they just see what they've seen and they say it as it is. And the raw emotion was brilliant. And also, the video of the day yesterday has got to go to the young Goonerette who we spoke to. She got Thomas Rosiski's shirt. It was signed by Mesut Ozil. Right? It was signed by Jenkinson, Flamini, all of them signed it, and she was brilliant.
I'm here with Tasha. Tasha, I want you to turn around and show everybody whose shirt you've got. He threw the shirt to you at the end of the game. Turn around and show him your shirt. Turn back round. Thomas Rosiski's shirt. And who signed your shirt for you today?
I got Ozil, I got Firmini, got Jenkinson, and Rosiski signed it at the end as well.
Wow. Well, now, listen, you turn around as well. You know, his shirt's even dirty. Look.
Brilliant. That's the video of the day. Make sure you check that out. And don't forget, Arsenal Fan TV, we got our T-shirts still for sale. You can go and visit our new shop on the website there where we're selling all the latest T-shirts. The new shop actually is going to be up by the end of the week. But you can still purchase your T-shirts online. It all helps us. Thanks very much for everybody who's been purchasing them. And now we go into an international break. I hate international breaks. I know it's important, and I'm looking forward to the World Cup next year. But I don't know what it is. They just seem to bore me to tears. And I do love England, and I want England to progress. And we got Arsenal players in there. But I don't know if it's Roy Hodgson or whatever. It just bores me to tears sometimes. I'm hoping for some good games in the international break. And more importantly, I'm hoping that all of our players come back injury-free. And that after the international break, we get back players like Theo, Santi Cazorla. Players like that start coming back, Podolski. And then we can start pushing on right up until Christmas and really make a statement, make a mark. Because at the moment, Arsenal Football Club, we're playing well. Let's just keep it going. It's Arsenal Fan TV here, clocking out. Thanks for watching The Aftermath.
Arsenal won, West Brom won. What can I say? In a way, we were a bit lucky. We didn't play very well today, I thought, especially in the first half. Towards the end of that first half, Albion were definitely on top, and they did deserve, when they eventually got their goal, to go one up. And in the second half, I mean, Anelka looked like he was doing his old pals, even though he walked out on us, doing his old pals at Arsenal a favour by missing that simple chance. But after that, we came back into it. Credit to Jack Wilshere. A lot of people, including my cameraman there, were saying that we should take him off at half-time because he was so poor. But he got the goal. It was deflected. But well done to Jack Wilshere. And then after that, I thought we definitely could have won the game. Giroud should really have buried that chance. But overall, I'd say a good point. And what can I say about the referee? I don't know, maybe I'll go home tonight and I'll get mugged off when I see it on TV.